Geoscape. Failure is not an option. Because I found an alien colony. The previous mission was surprisingly perfect. 5 lobstermen. No XCOM soldier died. And quite a few promotions. Almost everybody is at least an able seaman at this point. But we need to send them in. We need to send them in now. After failing to respond to an artifact site, which I did not know was a terrorist site, I'm down over 2,000 points. And a second failure in a row is not an option. Also, 47 is about to get blasted out of the sea. And that's that little bugger out of the way. But no excavating for me tonight. Tonight is straight for the kill. I might think about trying to get a capture. I have 2 thermal tasers with me, just in case everything goes my way. But since when has that happened? A base at night. Oh my. Now bases I can actually leave for quite a while, but as long as they're there, they will cause problems. And here we go in Australasia to take out Alien Colony 1. 2 levels. Oh dear. I hope I have enough equipment for this. Yes, I do believe this is our first official two-parter. There's quite a few of these. And I have a feeling we're going to need to use these chemical flares. Into the deep, deep sea. It's even darker. No, I did not turn the gamma down. It is actually darker. Take a step away from the Triton to shed a little light on the problem. I wonder if they know we're here. Are we in the corner of the map? Excellent. So at least they only come from 2 directions instead of multiple. But 2 is a multiple. What am I thinking? I've been asking that for years. What am I thinking? And yes, from the last mission, I've managed to secure some sonic cannons. In the meantime, I'm taking this slowly. This may end up well over an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'll split parts between the missions. Or I should say the phases. Catfish Surprise is about to give an alien a surprise. Oh my. What the heck is that? Whatever it is about to be dead. Well, that's no surprise there. XCOM soldiers. Aiming? Since when? It took one hit, but can it take another hit from a cannon? The answer is, we won't know for a while. Oops, no weapons for angelfish. I know I'm a little short on weapons right now. But that won't stop jellybait from causing a natural disaster. I know these puns keep getting worse and worse. And yes, squad-based tactics, as usual. Red Snapper is our lieutenant. He'll be dueling those and taking them inside with us. And the unarmed shall pick up any weapons that the dead have failed to their jobs. He went into that building. He knows. Now they all know. So many buildings. So much surprises. So what the hell is that? I can see it through the window. It was a giant brain. Wait a minute, something's still floating there. Was that just an outer shell? I don't like it. I really don't like it. On the other side, 96 is continuing on his vigilance, supported by Alvin and the others coming around the bend. Maybe dolphin fins can shed some light on this horrible, horrible transaction. Maybe it was all a trap just along. We're here for the ride. And this ride's gonna go into overtime. as the ancient wave approaches. Oh my! Wailing Spearman is under molecular control. He's been a traitor. A traitor is in our midst. More molecular control. Starfish is down, but not out. Red Snapper, it's time for you to shine. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna throw one of those stun rods. Mac Earl L seems to be unable to catch it for some reason. Was it misthrown? It was misthrown. One shot. To stun him, not to... Don't let the frustration settle in. You can still save them all. I cannot stun. I wish to take that back. Perhaps it's not a chance for survival, but rather a chance for forgiveness. Starfish is down. Snapper. Let's see, who has my medikits? There were 2 medikits, I believe. They might still be aboard. Or did I remember to load them? But I have to stay on the offensive. If I don't stay on the offensive, who will come to save me? No one. No one. I don't like the way this is looking. I'm worried if they can see me through walls. It is possible. And they're using their molecular control that way. Because forget about being fair. The aliens cheat. Boy, do they ever cheat. It might be better at this point to not leave any reaction shots for those who are getting attacked with molecular control. Oh, really? It would be nice if I had better equipment, but that's not going to happen. Would have been nice if I would have finished my own molecular control project. But time is not to my advantage, and neither is this fool. Send them a catfish surprise, they said. Catfish? That was horrible. Pray that you don't die. Now the question is, can I make this shot? Not with no line of fire, I can't. A little first aid always comes in handy. Now let the doctor take care of you. Mac-L shall take away those fatal wounds. However, 91 has some other ideas. They involve one heck of a shot. Not with no line of fire, it doesn't. Well, honestly, the last thing I want is this thing to have a line of sight on me. So if I can move inside, that would be a good idea. Also, just in case, Red Snapper will be the carry man. Because he can. Meanwhile, this quad up here is gonna take a long route. But it's not a vacation route, I'll tell you that. Silka split off. Join the other squad, they'll need you. Oh no, Wailing Spearman is at it again. But he doesn't have a weapon. It's probably better that he doesn't have a weapon. More molecular control. Just how many aliens have a sight on him? And Starfish is beginning to panic. It's okay, if he's unarmed, I'm not gonna worry about him. A painkiller, on the other hand, might help Starfish a little bit. Or might not. Ah, very well. Macro will continue on. Oh dear, it's one of those aquatoids. Aquasectoids, if you will. This is your big chance, 91, to finally get that promotion you've always wanted. Make Papa proud. Get a line of sight. Well, you failed in that. To the inside. What kind of living hell is this place? Meanwhile, Red Snapper is going to get very serious in just a few seconds. He's going to meet up with his crew and slap them all into shape. Speaking of shape, is that shape that's going to die? Down one aquatoid. Any more of you aquatoids want to play? I'll give you something to play with. Sonic cannon to the oculars. I seem to have found another entrance. Although I hate sending two at a time, it might be my only recourse. 91, back up. What the? So many different alien types here. Okay, that's fine with me. That is not fine with me. I took the bait. Oh my... What in the ever-living... What? Is that Metroid? Oh my gosh. What is that thing trying to do? Whatever it is, it needs to die. Now. Oh dear, there's several places at once. This is not good. It's dead now. But I need to keep my eye on that other one. It could do something horrible. A dye grenade. If I could only do something with that. Perhaps next round. Anyone, on the other hand, could give them some cover right now, if his throwing is up to par. It's par for the course. But will it keep us alive any further? Mac or L? Ooh, that was close. Can I return fire from here? Speaking of which, what did fire on me? Can't tell. One shot. Nice one, Mackerel. Silly Silka is in trouble, though. He's got a giant blob in front of him. The pain has been delivered. And surprisingly, this is working out so far. I shouldn't speak too soon. This is only the first phase. Must creep up carefully to prevent any catastrophes. So many ways it could be a catastrophe right now. Red Snapper will continue his role of picking up things. Starfish. Time to be studying, if you will. If you can. Oh dear. Strange. It didn't attack. Maybe it only attacks with its mind. That's the only attack it needs. There's a lot of dark spaces out there still. And the light is all in the wrong places right now. So much hidden movement. The ancient wave shall ride again. Nice work. Get up there, seriously. Before we lose someone else. Still, what is that thing? No, that's not the enemy. The enemy is up there. If I could only get a clear shot. Line of fire through windows is really a difficult task. Sometimes you have to experiment to see the light, if you will. Starfish, I know you're wounded. But you may have to take up the role of soldier once again. One shot. Is it possible? Not this round. Meanwhile, on this side, 96 is about to give somebody a nasty surprise. Okay, maybe not. Back out. A dolphin. How many units does it take to get the center of a evil opponent? The world will know now. Oh dear. 3 of them. 2, 3. Dolphin fins, it'll be a miracle if you live. But if you do live, the rewards you will reap will be very high. Meanwhile, Alvin has gotten a little curious. He's also found another kin we can use for later. Oh my, he found something he didn't like. Duck and cover, I hope. And the punishment continues. Oh dear, physical attacks. Oh my. Did that Alvin turn into a zombie? Oh my. This is getting worse than I thought. What is going on? Oh my. Not so good. Definitely not so good. What in the world? It's like a chrysalid. Oh dear God, not them again. You fool! Why did you freeze there? Starfish has a plan, but it must involve quick movement and a prayer. Well, that was not the prayer I was looking for. Dolphin fins? Killed us a new alien, a seahorse if you will. There's no love for my little pony down here. You will die. What horrors. What horrible horrors. No. Not another one. Wailing Spearman, on the other hand, is not helping his cause. The Metroid is confused. It can stay that way. Ancient Wave can see something. It's the Metroid. Also, terrible aim. Ancient, you used to be so reliable. What happened? I'm gonna tell you what happens to this guy. He lives another day. Meanwhile, Fisherman needs to pick up a weapon. I think there's a problem, isn't there? You. W. TF. Is there something in between us I can't see? I'll leave them in stasis for the moment. Dolphin fins, it's time for you to finish up your job. Good, you finished your job. Now grab yourself a cookie and prepare to zap another opponent. I don't like this situation. Not at all. Can't move forward. Why not? Can you throw that weapon? Yes. That's unable to throw here. Really? You're gonna do that to me? Not the most convenient of plans, but it'll have to do. Till I can take care of you. In the meantime, I cross my fingers. So many turning at us. It was looking good. But I did not know when to retreat. Now I'm paying the price. Let's try this one more time. Seriously, Anchovy Schooler, who taught you how to aim your gun? Meanwhile, the only other competent group remains in a state of, oh my god, there's so many of them. Blast and retreat. Blast. And retreat. Down to 4 already. Can't rely on reaction shots anymore. I have to be proactive. And into prayer. Ancient wave continues to resist molecular, unfortunately. At least the pony is down. Now, Anchovy Scooter, you've had 3 chances to do this. This is your 4th. Finish him. Thank you. Meanwhile, the assault continues on this side of the horror. Ooh. One fatal wound. He has 12 turns to live. But for now, he'll have 0 if he doesn't go into cover. Can I hit from here? No. And that's another round. The molecular control continues. Pop in and out. It sounds so simple, but it's not. Meanwhile, I'm gonna steal some alien artifacts, just in case I don't survive. What is that thing anyways? Looks like a tiny monitor. Meanwhile, the action continues up here. Where dolphin fins and the seaman pony seem to have finally met a resolution, if you will. 96. Take a quick look. How does it look in there? Probably very horrible, especially in there. I must insist to duck and cover till we have a more stable personality. How many of them are out there? It's a small army, I tell you. A small army of pain. Good ancient wave is still not weighed down. But he's down to 2 shots. That's another problem. Our number of shots are getting limited. So is Dolphin Finn's time alive. Going up. Tentacuat. I don't even know. I don't think I want to know. But I do see the horror out there. Through the window, if you will. I've heard of Little Shop of Horrors, but this is just plain horror. I can't think of them as my allies anymore. And is this the inner sanctum? Or merely the outer sanctum? Is it going to sanct me into my doom? That's another question I'm afraid to ask. That takes care of that problem. But that's only one of my problems. I still have oh so many more. It's a good thing they can't reach me from here. I don't know if they'll be smart enough to go up that elevator. I just have to cross my fingers on that one. It's not nice to call my friends zombies. But they don't want to be my friends anymore. And the molecular control is out of hand. Again. Okay. Another one down. What's it getting down to? Living or dying? Same tactic. Once again, Anchovy Scooter proves his horrible aim. Is he looking at the enemy? Just another reason to scream in horror. Duck and cover. It's the only hope left. And a lot better accuracy. Meanwhile, Ancient Wave will approach from the rear. Also, I'd like to take those with me. But that might be a bad idea. Dolphin fins. One shot, then back you go. $96. One shot. And prepare for a second when you can. I'm not a fan of window shooting, but maybe the only shot I get. Don't let him go under your control. Panicking, I can deal with. Dealing with this, however, is not something I want to keep doing. Is this a bug? Yes. Apparently I can see through there. I guess I'll have to take that advantage when I can. Perhaps this can help me. Don't worry, as long as I don't throw it, it won't cause a problem. Now if I can throw it down here, it might aid me. Or it might destroy some equipment, unfortunately. It didn't go off. Oh, really? I finally have defeated enough aliens to cause them to go into a panic. But many more remain. I have no words. Except maybe to slap you in the face a couple times. $96, where did you put your weapon? I will be taking that with me on my escape route. Should everything fail here, Schooler's gonna pop in and out, shoot, and flee. Oh my! Don't just look at them. Well, that proxy mine finally went off. But will it net any rewards, is the question. lack of HP continues. The chrysalid wannabes continue. If I could only use this. If I could only pull the trigger. You? Ancient wave? Ancient wave! I think they all panicked. I hope they're all panicked. That means they dropped their weapons. Otherwise, Ancient Wave is going to get rode on horribly, if you know what I mean. I know that's a horrible, horrible, horrible pun, and I should be punished for it. I can't window shoot forever, though. Gonna have to fight back somehow. You probably shouldn't be here, buddy. Boop. Let's hope zombies don't know how to use elevators. He was turned into a zombie. The ancient wave was turned into a zombie. But how? I didn't see any of those over there. Unless they can do it too. I've bitten off more than I can chew. I should really cut my losses now. Am I to the point where I can even think about that now? Flee. I don't like it. I don't like having to do it. But it's maybe the only thing I have left. To take the tiny amount of research I can get. That's a lot of soldiers going berserk. And if you paused really quick, you could see their tremendous stats. And 96 has doomed us all. Dolphin fins. Dolphin fins? There's only panicking and frustration left. Dolphin Finn's final turn may be in vain. But at least they'll let me get a scouting report on the atrocities that have happened here today. And if Fresh Shrimps 96 goes under alien control, it is over. Well now, I think we can unsafely say that despite what I have done, everything is lost. And the base continues to survive. Unfortunately, the aliens will rebuild the resources instantly. So all was for naught. 1 hour of my and your time has been disintegrated. And the score continues to go down. Question though remains, is it worth it to come back?